So I found that image on your phone.
On my phone?
See, we have the ability to write warrants to Apple, and then you deleted it and put it in your expunged folder, which is where I found it. And anything that you do on your phone goes out in the cloud. You know what the cloud is, right? So this picture was on your phone.
On the 10th of July 2020, in Bellevue, Washington, a man by the name of Baron Lee gets to the parking lot of his apartment complex when he is accosted by a hooded teenager. At first, Lee thinks that the armed teenager wanted to snatch his car, but the assailant has no interest in the vehicle or any of his valuables. The teen has a firearm in his hand, and before Lee can even process what is happening, the sounds of several shots rattle the quietness of the once peaceful neighborhood.
911 emergency?
We just heard several and screaming. It sounds like it's right outside.
Anything seen?
No, we couldn't see anything. We're staying away from the windows now.
Lee is hit about 9 times in his chest, arms, legs, and hips. The armed teen makes his escape into a getaway truck waiting close by and escapes the long arm of justice. Lee, by a stroke of luck, is still breathing but unconscious. In a race against time, and with Lee's every breath sounding weaker by the minute, neighbors frantically dial 911. The detectives show up but can't seem to figure out the identity of the Upon regaining consciousness, Lee tells the detectives that he saw the face of the but doesn't recognize him. Neighbors who made the 911 call report a young male with a grey hoodie, but couldn't provide any more useful details. All the detectives have is a puzzle that refuses to fit together.
I just heard 7 shots, and I saw somebody running with a gray hoodie and something green in their hand, and yes, there is somebody on the ground.
It all starts with a love that is soured into something toxic, a messy divorce that spirals into a bitter, venomous custody war. In 2015, the courts hand Shaerin Rose Kelley custody of her and Lee's only child. But the victory is short-lived. By 2017, disturbing reports of neglect surface, stripping Shaerin of her rights and placing the child back into Lee's arms. Left alone with her rage, Shaerin does not just want custody. She wants revenge. Fast forward to 2020, a $13,000 price tag is set on Lee's life, and she reaches out to Joseph Good to orchestrate a hit. Before D-Day, Joseph enlists the services of his best Quincy Mendez to act as his getaway driver, and together they drive to Lee's residence in Bellevue, Washington, and they execute the 3 months later, in October 2020, the illusion of the perfect crime shatters. Police are able to obtain the license plate of the getaway truck from surveillance footage, and they finally catch up with the 2 persons of interest, Joseph and his friend, and his suspected getaway driver, Quincy Mendez. During the interrogation, the detectives separate the duo, and Joseph Good is brought in first. To try to understand his possible involvement, the detectives show him a picture of Shaerin Rose Kelley, who is suspected of hiring him to run the hit on her ex-husband. This act might appear harmless, but it's aimed at establishing a relationship between the boys and Shaerin. Joseph's affirmation or denial will go a long way in establishing his guilt.
Do you recognize who that is?
No.
Never seen her before? How about that lady?
Are they the same person? No. I don't know. I've never seen them.
You've never seen either of those people before?
Not that I can remember.
Do they look like the same person?
No.
No? Okay.
Nah.
I think there's potential that they are the same person at one point in
I mean,
life,
because their hair looks dyed.
Yeah.
Well, but hair color could be changed.
Yeah.
That's,
So maybe it used to be that.
Yeah. It goes back. We can see the roots are darker like that. So, yeah, I think it's the same person, just things have changed. Kind of like a catfish, but. So, but you had never seen that person before? Oh. So anyways, there was that individual, well, I guess, how about him? Recognize that guy?
Yeah, that's my friend Quincy.
So you know Quincy? You hang out with Quincy ever, or
Every once in a while.
every once in a while?
Yeah.
Um,
Can I get an attorney before I answer all these questions
Yeah.
and stuff? I feel like I'm doing it wrong.
Alright, that's fine. More than entitled to have an attorney.
Okay.
Alright?
Having exercised his constitutional right to an attorney, the detectives are left with no choice but to work with Quincy, his suspected getaway driver, while hoping that he gives them enough details to establish both their guilt.
Right now, we think you're more minimal. But,
What do you mean by that?
Minimal in your involvement in it? Like, I think there's other people that are more... I don't know how to best explain it. So there's other people that obviously have played a greater role in what happened.
I'm not catching them all.
Oh, that's fine. I think as we talk about it, it'll probably make more sense, but...
Okay.
The detectives try and make Quincy to agree that he was with Joseph on the day of the hit, and try to get him to admit his wrongdoing by saying that his role is minimal. The detectives are hoping that he'll take the bait and rat himself out, but the detectives will soon realize that he's a little too smart for a 17-year-old. They knew that there is a bigger conspiracy, and that he is trying his best not to snitch.
Nice.
Yes. And it's a pretty serious one.
Whoops.
Do you want to say this?
What?
Do you know what that means?
Like beating up someone?
That's one version.
Harming another human being, yeah.
Harming another human being. So like, just beating someone up? Like
This one's a little more serious than that. This one involved a firearm.
a firearm? What firearm?
In this particular case, it was a hand.
Okay.
And the good news is, like we said, we think your involvement was minimal. Okay.
Minimal? Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We think, like you said, we think there are other people who are more responsible for this than you are.
By telling him that his involvement is minimal, the detectives are trying to get him to drop his guard and open up. Quincy knows this, and figures that he needs to choose his next words very wisely.
Which brings us back to the last time you were in Bellevue.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you were down there, but just kind of turned around and came back.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember when that was?
No.
Ballpark?
I would, me and my, we went down there and we came back. We were high. I mean, I'm gonna come out straight on with you guys. I mean, yeah, I smoke and everything. We're high. We just got bored at home. We went for a drive. We like drives. I'm a car guy. I like to drive, feel the wind and everything.
Just to be clear, we're talking about.
Yes. Just to be clear, yes. I promise that.
What he doesn't know at this point is that the detectives know more than they were letting on. In one of the case files on that table is a piece of his digital footprint that he wishes never existed.
We show them the pictures,
Well,
or
so here's the deal, Quincy. Like I said, we have some information that you went to Bellevue, and that you were involved in what we're talking about, what we want to talk about. We know that Joseph was there with you, just like you said. We want to give you the opportunity to tell us what happened. We basically already know what happened. We're giving you the opportunity because, one, like I said, we don't think that you were that involved. But if you try to cover up or kind of sugarcoat your involvement, that's going to look bad on you. I've always told people, there's two types of people in the world. There's the ones that do something and make a mistake, and then they own up to it. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, yeah, I did something wrong. Then I admit it, I did something wrong. And those people get their punishment. There's people that do something wrong, and then they say, no, I never did anything wrong. Mm-hmm. And when it finally comes to fruition, people find out it's a whole lot worse, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever seen that in life, but that, so when you have the opportunity, like you do right now, we're giving you that opportunity to kind of tell us what happened when you and Joseph were here in Bellevue, or in Bellevue.
Mm-hmm. We also know that there is another person involved that needs to be held accountable for a much larger role in this than you seem to have played. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of what we're interested in today. All right?
Okay.
There's a reason we're talking to you, because we already talked with Joseph.
Okay.
So we know there's more to what you guys did when you were in Bellevue than what you're telling us, because we've already talked with him.
Okay.
Okay? So, you want to tell us your side of what happened and what your involvement was?
We went. I was parked on a hill. Like I said, my truck was acting funny.
Okay.
And I started it. Joe said he was gonna go look for something. I didn't really know. I didn't. And then next thing you know, I turn on my truck, it's ticking. My windows are rolled up and everything. I'm just chilling and he just comes back and he just said, we gotta go.
There are missing dots that the detectives wanted him to connect for them, but he claims that his memory was very foggy that night. Mendez is trying his best to make the detectives believe that he's just a victim of circumstance, but as much as he's trying to do a good job, the facts are just too strong to ignore.
Joseph talked about, you and Jada were smoking first time.
Yeah, I was on shrooms. I was tripping hard and stuff, and I mean, I did smoke too, and that intense to my trip and stuff, and he was just all like, let's go to Bellevue and stuff, and I was agreeing with him and everything.
So it was that night? This wasn't something you guys had talked about earlier in the week, like, hey, let's go to Bellevue on Friday?
Not really, no.
It was just that morning that he grabbed you and wanted to go.
Mhm.
And you guys drove down that morning, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the night before, you didn't sleep in your truck? Okay. I appreciate your honesty, I respect that.
So, who gave the directions on where to go?
He did.
And what was he using to tell you how to get to where you were going?
A phone. A GPS.
Now, how did he know where to go to exactly? Did you look over and see what was on his phone?
Mm-mm.
Like what website he was looking at, or?
No, I was intoxicated. I'm over here just concentrating. He just told me where to go and stuff, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really bother to look or anything because I'm just right there. I didn't want to crash, and I just want to crash. I was tripping on.
Joseph said you had said something like you were hearing music, but you weren't sure if you were hearing things.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of things, and I was tripping really bad. That lasted a while. I don't know why.
So what time did you guys leave from Joseph's house at?
I honestly don't remember.
Is it still dark out? Maybe sun coming up?
A little.
But it was early.
Yeah.
Can you remember the time of,
Mm-mm.
or not the time, but the time of what month?
No.
You don't remember when it was in the month? Was it before the 4th of July or after the 4th of July?
I don't know.
You don't remember going to do fireworks for the 4th of July?
I mean, I partied a lot.
Okay.
I went up to the mountains with a friend to have a bonfire and stuff.
Some fireworks?
Yeah, and then I went out of town for 4th of July. I believe so. If I can remember.
So far, Mendez has told the detectives that he doesn't know what Joseph was up to on the day of the Mr. Lee. Now the detectives wanted to push him to explain the events after the awful shit, possibly get him to admit that he knows why his friend was there.
This one's a video. So this is just one clip of a video. If you pull into a parking spot, and then you immediately back out and go back to this spot here.
Yeah.
So, like I said, could be consistent with you looking with him. So Joseph comes back, gets in the truck. Does he tell you what he did? Didn't talk about it at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Did he show you the gun he had?
Yeah.
Did he show it to you?
Not that I remember of. Like, I was on. I can't even remember when I was on. To be honest with you guys, I mean,
Okay. So what happened after you left there?
we just drove back. I mean, the only thing was weird is, I don't know, he just kept saying, we gotta go. I was like, well, why? And chill out. What's wrong? And he's like, nothing, just, I wanna go home already. I was like, okay. And we drove back.
So this is the This is an apartment complex here, just right beside it. I know it's kind of hard to follow, but here's where your truck was parked right here, right? Here's that driveway, right? And this is the apartment complex up here. So if you come out, you said you made a U-turn one time and came back, and then you took the gas station would be up over here.
And then I went around a couple times to see if I could find him, if he was like maybe walk through or something. I went down this road more.
Okay. And so he comes back, finally comes back, right? He gets in the truck and you guys drive back to, you said you drive back to up here. Okay, did you stop anywhere on the way back?
We went to some town for a break, just to like adventure, explore and stuff. That was it, and then we left back onto the highway.
What town was that?
What? Like probably maybe Everett, I believe. Maybe.
How long did you stop there for?
About like 20, 30 minutes, maybe.
You stopped for 20 or 30 minutes?
Yeah, there in Everett.
Because we have, so this is when you leave Bellevue, right here. This is Lakemont, Newport, and this is 8:26. You're leaving Bellevue. We're able to get the license plate from that picture there.
Mendez thinks that he's done a good job covering his tracks, but on the day of the he checked the news to get an update. For a person who claims to have no idea about the attempt on Mr. Lee, available evidence is now showing otherwise. At this point, the interrogation is about to get harder for him because the detectives have been able to retrieve a deleted photo from his iCloud.
I'm going to show you this picture.
That.
You see the time right here?
12:05.
Yeah. Do you recognize anything about that picture that looks unique?
Looks unique.
Yeah. I mean, what does this look like it is? Just the format of the picture itself. Not what the content is, but like if I take this whole picture away, what do you see up there at the very top? Like if you look here, here, and here, what do you see?
Phone percent, like the time and stuff.
Yeah, what do you see that on?
A phone.
A phone, right? There's a screenshot. You've seen a screenshot before, right? You know whose phone that screenshot came from?
Cool.
It's 12:05. This was a screenshot.
Okay.
Which phone do you think that came off of?
I don't know.
So I found that image on your phone.
On my phone?
See, we have the ability to write warrants to Apple, and we can get information from them. And anything that you do on your phone goes out in the cloud. You know what the cloud is, right? So this picture was on your phone, was a screenshot from your phone. It was taken at 12:05 on the day of the shooting.
Okay.
Okay, so the shooting occurs at 8:24. You drive back to Mount Vernon, and at 12:05 you look up this
Okay.
and you take a screenshot of it, and then you deleted it and put it in your expunge folder, which is where I found it. Then the next morning at 5:05 you took another screenshot of the same thing, different news media. I don't have that picture with me, but you took another one following up on that. So that's how I know you know what happened there.
Okay.
Okay. Why would you be looking to see this? What happened there?
He probably told me when I was on.
He told you on that you went there?
Probably.
What did he tell you he did?
I don't really remember.
You don't remember what Joseph told you?
I was on.
Okay.
And
So-
then I took after the next day.
So remember, we already told you that you're part.
Yeah. I understand that, yeah.
Right now, you're driving somebody to Bellevue to commit a crime and then bringing them back from Mount Vernon. Okay? So do you want to make more crimes by lying to us about what your involvement was in it, or what you know about it, or what he said to you?
I don't know much about it. I mean,
What did Joseph tell you?
nothing. I mean, he just told me to go to Bellevue. We went. He did his own thing. Next thing you know, he got back in. I'm tripping on. He just starts saying we gotta go, and he's all like, check the news. Check the news when you get home and stuff. And I was like, why? This and that. He's like, just do it.
By saying that his friend told him to check the news, Mendez is trying once again to maintain the narrative that he had no idea of the events on July the 10th. But the detectives know better. They are yet to lay out all their cards on the table.
So Joseph told you to look at the news to see what happened? Did you know Joseph had a gun? You ever seen Joseph with a gun?
No.
Okay, don't lie to me. But
With the
remember,
gun.
have you ever seen Joseph with a gun?
Probably when I was yeah.
Have you ever seen Joseph firing a gun?
No.
Have you ever seen Snapchat videos of Joseph firing a gun?
Snapchat?
Yeah, Snapchat.
Not
You've never seen a video of Joseph shooting a gun? He sent one to you on the 13th of July.
I didn't get no video. I promised that.
Well, I can go pull it up. I have it on my laptop.
Pull it up. I didn't. He didn't send me anything.
Not shooting, I'm just shooting a gun out on a hillside.
On a
Gravel-
hillside?
On a gravel road.
Oh, then probably yeah.
Well, you just said you've never seen him with a gun.
I mean, yeah. We've shot his house. His dad's.
What kind of
12 gauge. Little 22. I screenshot. I didn't tell him about it.
You just told me he told you to look
Yeah,
at
he
the
told me to
news.
check the news, but he didn't really say anything after that. I checked it, I screenshotted it, I kept it, and then I deleted it. I mean, I didn't really text him about anything.
So, I mean, obviously you've known all of this before, but you're like playing coy with us. And most people, when we bring them in here, when we tell them, hey, you're under arrest for a serious, in this case, an attempted, they become a little bit more cooperative, like, hey, I don't want to be involved with that at all. So this is kind of like your last chance to tell the truth. Tell us what your involvement is, because I don't know if you want to be wrapped up on Josh or on Joseph's side, or if you're looking out for what's best for Quincy going forward, because people are going to be held accountable, and I want you to tell me the truth, because like I said, I don't believe that your involvement is as great as the others. But if you're going to lie about it, then other people are like, well, he lied about this, so he probably knew about everything else because he's covering up for it. So you need to tell us what you knew.
I didn't know much. He just told me. I mean, like I said, I was on. I'm not lying about that. He got data. I was on.
I saw the videos of you and Jada swimming through the thing with the little thing on top of her head that she sent you. Right? Like I said, I've seen all the Snapchats. I've got all of that.
As much as Mendez is trying to hide it, it's beginning to look like he and his friend must have reached some sort of agreement.
So, this is your chance. What did Joseph tell you?
He just told me I have to say anything pretty much, to be honest with you.
Okay. So, did he tell you?
I saw it. I did text him. I'm like, bro, what did we do? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I was like, bro, it's not okay. Why? I was tripping out and stuff. And after that, I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't.
It's a pretty serious thing. I mean,
It is.
he took advantage of your friendship by sucking you into this, right?
He did.
How did he convince you to go to Bellevue?
I was down with it. I mean, I was on. I felt great. And he just, let's go to Bellevue, let's go to Bellevue. I was like, bro, I don't want to. I mean, at first I didn't want to, and then I was on, bro, who cares? Let's just go. You'll be fine. This and that. I'll pay for everything. I was like, well, I mean, I guess. And we went. I didn't know what he did. And then when he told me to check the news later, I did. I saw that. At him. I didn't really. After that.
That's
I mean-
why you're not best friends anymore.
Yes. Yes. That's why, because I knew it was wrong. I knew I f- on my part for being on something I shouldn't have been on and thinking on what we're doing. It's not right.
I appreciate you being honest. So one of my questions in regards to that, so Joseph talks to you about going down to Bellevue while you're there. Does he tell you why? Does he tell you who told him to?
No.
What about the money?
What money?
Did Joseph talk to you about getting paid?
About like probably like five grand just to help me.
Mm-hmm. So you said somewhere between 4 and 6 grand, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Because that's what you told your friends.
I did, yeah.
Who would you tell that you were going to get paid?
Just my close friends. But I didn't really.
Which friends did you tell? Obviously, I already know. I've seen the Snapchats.
Yeah, that's true. I can't remember directly right now, but I did tell people.
Okay. So did you get paid?
No.
And what did Joseph say? Why you didn't get paid?
I didn't really ask him questions because I was scared.
Did he threaten you?
No, he did not threaten me. It's just I didn't really want to mess with him. Whatever he did, I didn't want part. I mean, I thought about it. I mean, yeah. At first, I was freaking out, and then after, I was like, well, I mean, if he said he was gonna give me some money, and I was like, well, I can help my parents with that because we're struggling on money. We're tight.
Yeah, but you also wanted a new car too.
Yeah.
So
That too.
you wanted some of the money to go down for a car.
And the rest for them to help them.
You've been selling some lately. We've been watching you for a while.
Now that it's already looking like the detectives have exactly what they want, it's now time to let him know that Joseph did not randomly pick his victims.
Like you mentioned, Joseph just didn't randomly pick this guy, right? Let me back up. He offered you money to help him, right?
No, you just told me at the end about it.
He told you.
Told me at the end, like, do you want $5 grand? And I pretty much gave me the option.
Okay.
I said, yeah.
How much did he say he was getting?
I don't know. I didn't.
That's a standard question. Negotiating 101. You say, well,
How
you
much
give
did
me
you got?
5. How much are you
Well,
getting?
I mean, that's a lot of money. $5 grand.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I just.
Well, how much does he getting?
I
What was his
didn't
cut?
ask. Well, I think he said like probably 13.
His cut was 13. Yours was 5, so 18 total. Or was there another person in there that's getting a cut of that?
That I don't know. He just told me for me.
For a person who claims not to be part of a scheme, Quincy accepts $5,000 and also admits that he knows the full sum of money that his friend is getting. The detectives now have him right where they want him. All he has to do is tell them where the money came from. And in a way, his next response might just be his ticket out.
So the question becomes, where did that money come from, right? Because
I haven't gotten any money.
But what I'm saying is, he didn't have that money to pay you, right? He's getting 13 from somebody, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So what does that lead you to believe is happening here,
Someone told him to do it.
right?
Yeah.
He's being paid. He's breaking you off a piece for being his driver, basically, right?
Yeah, I believe
Okay. So the question is, where's that coming from?
that. I don't know.
You don't have any idea who.
Mm-mm.
Did he ever talk to anybody else about it? He didn't have a conversation in front of you with anyone else? When he got back in the car, did he communicate with anyone?
No.
Say that it was done, or?
No.
Okay. When was the first time you guys talked about going to Bellevue to do this?
The night I was on trip.
Before you left?
Yes.
Okay. But he told you what you were going to do when you got there?
Probably on the way when I was just tripping. Because me and Jada did do I was at her place. And then Joe gets home and he just starts talking. I'm just on his couch, just trying to enjoy my kindness.
And I get that you had smoked and used and that's going to have an effect on you. But you're straight enough to drive a car. And you just described in perfect detail the route that you took while you were down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know your memory works.
Mhm.
Okay, the I was unsure and things only go so far,
Mhm.
right? So, at any point before you guys departed, did you talk about doing this?
No.
But on the way down there, he told you he was going down there to do this.
Yeah.
Mendez now finally admits that he knows that his friend was a hitman, and he agreed to be an accessory to. When the dust settled on the investigation, Joseph Good was charged with attempted murder, while his friend Quincy Mendez was charged with first-degree assault. Both teenagers were tried as adults and pleaded guilty to their charges. Joseph was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Quincy was sentenced to 8 years in juvenile detention. Shaerin Rose Kelley was also charged with attempted and was sentenced to 13 years in prison, a sentence that sounds unfair considering what the hired youngsters had given to them.